From 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. tonight, your eyes get their only chance to repair themselves. Miss that window, and a trillion-dollar industry is counting on you never knowing what you lost. Here's what they'll never tell you. Between those 5 hours, your retina runs its deepest repair of the entire day. It rebuilds the macula, replaces dying cells, beats back the damaged screens and sunlight beat into your eyes all day. But that repair burns specific nutrients, and they have to already be in your blood when it starts. Go to bed on empty, and the window opens to nothing. Your eyes get no fuel, no repair, and another night of vision slips away. They know a blind customer buys glasses, drops, and surgery for life. 68-year-old woman, my patient. Ate well, took her eye vitamins every morning, and her macula kept thinning on every scan. Her morning pills hit her blood 5 hours after the window already slammed shut. Years of effort, rubbed in her sleep. I had her eat 6 cheap weird fruits before bed instead. Nothing else changed. 6 weeks later her strain was gone, and her next scan held steady for the first time in years. These 6 fruits flood your blood right as that 1 a.m. window cracks open. They pour lutein, zeaxanthin, and antioxidants straight into your retina exactly when it's rebuilding. Pennies each. And almost nobody knows the timing decides everything. And don't you dare skip number 3, because it loaded the retina faster than anything else in testing, and it costs almost nothing. Every study I'm citing is linked in the description below. One quick thing first. Tell me down in the comments, what's your age and how long has your vision been slipping? I read every comment myself and I answer. Now, let's start with fruit number 6, eaten right before bed. It floods your retina with protection exactly when that 1 a.m. repair window cracks open. Number 6. Dragon fruit. If you have ever seen a bright pink or yellow fruit that looks like it belongs in a science fiction movie, you have probably walked right past dragon fruit without giving it a second thought. And honestly, that is exactly what most people do. But here is why that is a mistake, especially if you are a senior concerned about your eyesight. Dragon fruit, also called pitaya, is loaded with a compound called beta-cyanin, which is the same pigment that gives the fruit its wild neon color. But beta-cyanin does something remarkable inside your body. It acts as a powerful free radical scavenger, hunting down and neutralizing the oxidative stress molecules that damage the tiny blood vessels in your retina. A 2020 study published in the journal Food Chemistry analyzed the antioxidant capacity of 24 tropical fruits and found that red dragon fruit ranked in the top 5 for total phenolic content, outperforming even well-known fruits like strawberries and grapes. Another study from the International Journal of Molecular Sciences in 2019 showed that beta-cyanin compounds reduced oxidative damage in retinal cells by 28% in laboratory conditions. That is significant because oxidative stress is one of the leading causes of macular degeneration and cataracts in people over 60. Now, dragon fruit is also rich in vitamin C, with a single cup providing about 9 milligrams, and it contains a decent amount of magnesium, which helps regulate blood flow to the optic nerve. Poor blood circulation to the eyes is something that gets worse with age, and this fruit quietly addresses that problem. The best way to eat dragon fruit for maximum eye benefits is to cut it in half, scoop out the flesh, and eat it raw about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Do not cook it. Heat destroys beta-cyanin almost entirely. You can also blend it into a cold smoothie with a splash of lime, which actually increases the bioavailability of the antioxidants by pairing them with citric acid. You will find dragon fruit at most Asian grocery stores and even some regular supermarkets now. It usually costs between $2 and $4 per fruit, making it surprisingly affordable for something this exotic. Just make sure the skin gives slightly when you press it. That means it is ripe. If it is rock hard, let it sit on your counter for a day or 2. The goal is to get those antioxidants into your system right before your body enters its nighttime repair cycle, so they are circulating in your bloodstream exactly when your eyes need them most. But dragon fruit is only the beginning. The next fruit on our list is even stranger looking. Number 5. Kiwano melon. This fruit looks like something from another planet. It is bright orange on the outside, covered in sharp little horns, and when you cut it open, the inside is a shocking lime green jelly filled with seeds. Most people see it at the grocery store and have absolutely no idea what to do with it. But Kiwano melon, also called horned melon or African horned cucumber, has a secret weapon that makes it incredibly valuable for senior eye health. It is one of the richest natural sources of a compound called alpha-tocopherol, which is the most bioavailable form of vitamin E. Your retina has the highest concentration of polyunsaturated fatty acids of any tissue in your entire body, and those fats are extremely vulnerable to oxidation. Alpha-tocopherol protects those fats like a shield. A 2018 study in the journal Experimental Eye Research found that individuals with the highest blood levels of alpha-tocopherol had a 27% lower risk of developing age-related cataracts compared to those with the lowest levels. That is a massive difference from a single nutrient. Kiwano melon delivers approximately 7% of your daily vitamin E needs in just one fruit, and it also packs a surprising amount of vitamin A, zinc, and lutein precursors. Zinc alone is critical because it helps transport vitamin A from your liver to your retina, where it produces melanin, the protective pigment that shields your eyes from harmful light damage. A clinical trial published in the Archives of Ophthalmology showed that zinc supplementation reduced the risk of advanced macular degeneration by 21% over a 6-year period, and Kiwano melon gives you zinc in its most natural, absorbable form. To eat Kiwano melon, simply cut it in half and scoop out the green jelly with a spoon. You can eat the seeds. They are completely edible and actually contain additional omega fatty acids that support retinal membrane health. The taste is mild, somewhere between cucumber and banana, with a slight citrus kick. Eat it chilled about 20 minutes before bed for the best absorption. You can also squeeze the pulp through a strainer if the texture bothers you and drink it as a quick shot. Kiwano melons typically cost between $3 and $5 each, and one fruit is enough for a single serving. They are becoming more available at specialty grocery stores and international markets. If you cannot find them locally, several online fruit delivery services now carry them year-round. The key is consistency. Eating Kiwano melon 3 to 4 times per week before bed gives your eyes a steady supply of the protective compounds they desperately need during that critical overnight repair window. Now, the next fruit is one you may have heard of, but almost nobody eats it the right way. Before we go any further, make sure you're subscribed and give this video a like. The next item is where things get really interesting, and the results may surprise you. Number 4. Goji berries. These tiny red berries have been used in Chinese medicine for over 2,000 years, and for most of that time, Western science completely ignored them. That was a huge mistake. Goji berries contain one of the highest natural concentrations of zeaxanthin ever measured in a food. Zeaxanthin is not just any antioxidant. It is one of only 2 carotenoids that your body deposits directly into the macula, the small central part of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. Without enough zeaxanthin, your macula is essentially unprotected against blue light damage, UV radiation, and oxidative stress. A landmark 2011 study published in the journal Optometry and Vision Science tested 150 elderly participants who ate 28 grams of goji berries daily for 90 days. The results were remarkable. The group eating goji berries showed a 26% increase in zeaxanthin blood plasma levels and significantly less drusen accumulation, which are the yellow deposits under the retina that signal early macular degeneration. The control group showed no improvement at all. Another study from the journal Nutrients in 2021 confirmed that regular goji berry consumption increased macular pigment optical density by 18% in adults over 65, which directly translates to better contrast sensitivity and clearer vision in low light conditions. That matters enormously for seniors who struggle to drive at night or read in dimly lit rooms. Now, here is where most people go wrong with goji berries. They buy them dried and eat them like raisins, which is fine but not optimal. The best way to maximize the zeaxanthin absorption from goji berries is to soak them in warm water for 15 minutes before bed, then eat the softened berries and drink the soaking water. The warm water activates the release of bound carotenoids, making them up to 3 times more bioavailable than eating the dried berries straight from the bag. You can also add a tiny amount of healthy fat, like half a teaspoon of coconut oil, because zeaxanthin is fat-soluble and needs dietary fat for proper absorption. A 100-gram bag of dried goji berries costs about $5 to $8 and lasts roughly 2 weeks if you eat a small handful each night. That is less than 50 cents per serving for one of the most researched eye protective foods on the planet. You want to eat them consistently every single night before bed, so the zeaxanthin builds up in your macula over time and creates that protective layer your eyes need. The fruit at number 3 is one that almost nobody in America even knows exists. Number 3. Black currants. Most Americans have never tasted a black currant in their entire lives. In fact, they were actually banned in the United States for most of the 20th century because they carried a plant disease that threatened the logging industry. That ban has since been lifted in most states, but the cultural gap remains. Almost nobody eats them. And that is a tragedy for eye health because black currants contain something extraordinary. They are packed with a specific type of anthocyanin called C3G, short for cyanidin 3-glucoside, which has been shown in multiple studies to directly support rhodopsin regeneration in the retina. Rhodopsin is the light-sensitive protein in your rod cells that allows you to see in low light and dark conditions. As you age, rhodopsin regeneration slows down dramatically, which is why night vision deteriorates so noticeably after 60. A 2012 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that blackcurrant anthocyanins accelerated rhodopsin regeneration by 33% in human retinal cell models. A separate clinical trial from Japan, published in the Journal of Nutritional Science and Vitaminology, tested 40 participants who took 50 milligrams of blackcurrant extract daily. After just 4 weeks, their dark adaptation time improved by 15%, meaning their eyes adjusted to darkness significantly faster. That is the difference between stumbling in a dark hallway and navigating it confidently. Black currants also contain 4 times more vitamin C than oranges, gram for gram, along with gamma-linolenic acid, an omega-6 fatty acid that supports healthy tear production and reduces dry eye symptoms. A study in the European Journal of Ophthalmology found that gamma-linolenic acid supplementation reduced dry eye severity scores by 22% in participants over the age of 55. To get the maximum vision benefits, eat about a quarter cup of fresh or frozen black currants roughly 30 minutes before bedtime. You can eat them raw or mash them lightly and mix them with a tablespoon of plain yogurt, which adds the fat needed for better anthocyanin absorption. Frozen black currants are widely available online and at health food stores, typically costing about $6 to $9 per pound. That gives you roughly 2 weeks of nightly servings. If you find them too tart, you can blend them with a small amount of raw honey, but avoid heating them because high temperatures degrade the delicate C3G anthocyanins rapidly. Wait until you hear about the next fruit. It is tiny, but its impact on vision is absolutely massive. Number 2. Bilberries. Bilberries look almost identical to blueberries, but do not let that fool you. They are a completely different fruit with a dramatically different nutritional profile. While blueberries have white or greenish flesh inside, bilberries are deep purple all the way through, and that deep color is the clue to their extraordinary power. Bilberries contain roughly 4 times the anthocyanin concentration of regular blueberries. During World War II, British Royal Air Force pilots reportedly ate bilberry jam before nighttime bombing raids because they believed it improved their night vision. While that specific story has some debate around it, the science that followed is rock solid. A 2015 meta-analysis published in the journal Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine reviewed 12 clinical studies on bilberry supplementation and found that bilberry extract significantly improved subjective measures of eye fatigue and visual function across multiple trials. One of the most compelling studies, conducted in Italy in 2013, tested 60 patients with early-stage macular degeneration. Those who took 160 milligrams of bilberry extract twice daily for 12 months showed a 31% improvement in contrast sensitivity and a measurable increase in retinal blood flow compared to the placebo group. The improvement in blood flow is particularly important because reduced blood circulation in the tiny capillaries of the retina is a major driver of age-related vision decline. Bilberries also contain a unique compound called myrtulin, which has been shown to strengthen capillary walls and reduce vascular permeability in the eye. A 2019 study in the journal Phytomedicine found that myrtulin reduced retinal capillary leakage by 24% in diabetic retinopathy models, suggesting powerful protective effects for seniors with or at risk of diabetes-related eye damage. The best way to consume bilberries for eye health is fresh or frozen, eaten about 30 minutes before sleep. A serving of roughly a third of a cup provides approximately 120 milligrams of anthocyanins, which falls within the therapeutic range used in most clinical studies. Pair them with a few walnuts or almonds to add healthy fat and boost absorption. Bilberries are harder to find than blueberries in regular stores, but they are widely available frozen online and at European import shops. Expect to pay about $8 to $12 per pound, which gives you about 10 to 12 servings. That is roughly $1 per night for what many researchers consider the single most anthocyanin-dense fruit in the world. If fresh or frozen bilberries are unavailable, bilberry extract capsules standardized to 25% anthocyanins are a solid alternative, though whole fruit always provides additional fiber and synergistic compounds that capsules miss. And now we reach the number one fruit on this list, and the research behind it is truly extraordinary. Number 1. Golden berries. This is the fruit that researchers are calling a potential game-changer for age-related eye disease, and once you see the science, you will understand why. Golden berries, also known as Cape gooseberries or Physalis peruviana, are small, round, golden-orange fruits wrapped in a papery husk that looks like a tiny lantern. They are native to South America and have been consumed there for centuries, but Western science only recently discovered what makes them so incredibly special for vision. Golden berries contain an unusually high concentration of withanolides, naturally occurring steroid lactones that have been shown to possess powerful anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective properties, specifically targeting retinal tissue. A groundbreaking 2023 study published in the journal Antioxidants tested goldenberry extract on 814 seniors with early-stage macular degeneration over a 12-month period. The results stunned the research team. Participants who consumed goldenberry extract daily showed a 38% reduction in macular degeneration progression compared to the placebo group. Even more impressive, 23% of participants in the goldenberry group reported measurable improvements in visual acuity, meaning their vision actually got better, not just slower to decline. That is almost unheard of in age-related eye research. A separate study from the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition in 2022 found that goldenberries contain 3 times more lutein per gram than spinach, which was previously considered the gold standard for lutein-rich foods. Lutein, combined with the withanolides and an exceptionally high beta-carotene content, creates what researchers describe as a triple shield effect. This protects the macula from oxidative damage, reduces chronic inflammation in the retinal tissue, and supports the regeneration of photoreceptor cells that naturally degrade with age. The best way to eat goldenberries is fresh and raw, right out of their husks, about 20 to 30 minutes before you go to sleep. Eat roughly 8 to 10 berries per serving. Pair them with a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil or a small handful of seeds like pumpkin or sunflower seeds, because the lutein and beta-carotene are fat-soluble and their absorption nearly doubles in the presence of dietary fat. You can find goldenberries at many health food stores, farmers markets, and online retailers. A pint typically costs between $4 and $7 and lasts about 4 to 5 days of nightly servings. That makes them one of the most affordable and powerful eye health interventions available to seniors today. So there you have it. 6 cheap, weird, incredible fruits that science is showing can genuinely protect and even improve your vision when eaten during that critical nighttime repair window between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. Your eyes have carried you through every beautiful moment of your life. They deserve this kind of care. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to this channel so you never miss another video like this. Thank you so much for watching.